And I'd take him in. And you had to do touch-ups on Italians and Greeks because their body hair grows constantly. And we talk some more. And I wish him the best. And 2 hours later, I'll get through this. 2 hours later, they called it. Try to wrap up Tony. And I was 18 and face to face with a man I came to know. His body, naked, cut up and stitched up. Now, and it was the first moment that I understood that we are not that Earth suit. Tony was no longer there. And you gotta understand, this was not the first death I'd seen of the body I'd put in a morgue. But with the heart-lung machine, the human body is really like a car. You jack them up, you put them on the lift, you turn off the motor, you put them on the heart-lung. So now they're dead, and you're working on them, and the heart-lung is doing all the machine. The heart-lung machine is doing all the work. And they bring them back down, off the lift, stitch them up, boom, turn off the heart-lung machine, turn the ignition with the CPR. Wugga wugga, wugga wugga, wugga wugga, wugga. And you're starting a car. So as a surgical, it's very much like fixing a car. And Tony had gotten out of his car. There was only one good part. And this is so shallow. But remember, I was actually 19 by that point, I believe. In Boston. And student nurses had to do a rotation on surgery. And of the operating room orderlies, and two of them had been in Hue in Vietnam. Damaged men, but very funny. We played tumor ball. We inflated surgical gloves, taped them up with very expensive surgical tape, and basically played handball in the lounge. Here was the bonus for the morgue trip was you had to take a student nurse with you down the freight elevator, 9 floors, very quickly, on lock. Nobody sees a dead body in a hospital. And the charge nurse would let us pick up to a point. So it was for operating room orderlies in 1971 in Boston. It was a competition to see who got the most beautiful student nurse to accompany him to the morgue. For one reason. After death, the human body expels all of its gases, fluids, whatever, when it experiences a sudden drop in altitude. So every time you took a body to the morgue, and nobody told you this before you did it the first time, the corpse exhales all the air in the lungs through the vocal cords. And basically it says, this is not the death rattle before death. This is going to the morgue. And it's basically a and every student nurse would jump into the arms of the operating room orderly because you thought they weren't dead. Unfortunately, because it was normally an 8-hour operation, after I put Tony in the morgue, it was my lunch break. And as I crossed the lobby to go to the cafe for a cheeseburger, because they were great, there was the 3 generations of his family who had not been told yet by the surgeons or primary care. So the people I'd met the night before that I'd seen, the parting, ran to me. How's Tony? How's it going? How's he doing? Is it over yet? HIPAA, patient confidentiality, hospital risk management. I don't know. It's my lunch break, but they'll tell you.
Who do you think in the darkness? Who do you give it up to?